Hello again. Welcome to Local Edition, Time Warner's Local Edition. I'm your host, Bob Jimenez. With me in our Santa Monica studio today is Pamela Yelsky. She's board president of Women at Risk. This is an organization that supports women diagnosed or who test positive for HIV, correct?
Yes, it is.
How long have you been around?
I have been with the organization as a client since 1994. The organization itself was founded in 1991 by two HIV-positive women out of their frustration that at that time there were no services that specifically dealt with women's issues as they relate to HIV and AIDS. Yeah,
attention with HIV ebbs and flows, I guess, depending on our public, attention span. But is there still a lot of work you're having to do, or is it easing back?
Absolutely. I believe that our work actually is the need to continue to educate and do outreach in the communities is greater now than ever, because there is sort of a complacency that exists today because of the fact that there are so many medications available. People are living longer. People are able to live longer and healthier. That especially in young people, there is sort of a complacency that, well, it's really not that big of a deal to become infected.
Yeah, it's not a death sentence.
It's not a death sentence, and if I get infected, then all I have to do is take the medication. What they don't realize is really that taking some of these medications are kind of like taking chemotherapy. They're difficult on the body. They have their own set of side effects, and it's not just la 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 la. I'm going to take a pill and I'm going to go on and
yeah,
on about my day.
And women in particular, because in many respects in our society, women have taken a back seat when it comes to advances as well as medical melodies. There is a need to pay attention to women, and particularly minority women, who I imagine contract AIDS more than what we would consider a normal part of the society.
Absolutely. In fact, women of color are really the fastest growing group of new infections, and in fact are at a greater risk for death.
Yeah, I misspoke there. I shouldn't have used the word normal. I should have said the greater society, because obviously, everybody is all part of our normal thing. What are the misconceptions about AIDS these days? Is it still fairly misunderstood, as you say, not feared as much, but is it still pretty much misunderstood on how you get HIV? I think so. I think there are a lot of misconceptions, and I think that even though we're in 2007, I think that there is still the misconception all over, not just locally, that AIDS is just in sub-Saharan Africa, or here AIDS is a gay disease. All right. Well, how do you help? How do you help people, women who find out that they have AIDS?
The organization itself, Women at Risk.
Yeah.
What we do is we offer them first one-on-one peer counseling, so that they can sit with another positive woman and see face-to-face another positive woman and speak with her directly, and then from then on, we try to integrate them into a support group where they can sit with a room full of positive women. There's so much power in a room full of women who are walking in your shoes and who have the same issues that you do. And
you have walked in those shoes, have you not?
I have.
When did you contract AIDS?
I contracted it in 1981.
Age?
21. It took me 11 years, though, to find out that I actually had HIV. And actually, during those 11 years, the disease had ravaged my immune system to the point that when I was diagnosed 2 months before my 32nd birthday in January of 1992, that I already had an AIDS diagnosis.
So you can look in the eyes of young women in an intervention fashion and say, I'm there, you don't want to be there.
Absolutely. And I can also say that when I got my diagnosis, I didn't think I'd live to be 35. And I'm here sitting with you today, I'm 47, and I know in my heart that I'm going to see 50 and 60. And well, I believe that today, whereas...
The important thing is that you're sharing your story. And thanks very much, Pamela Yelsky, for being with us. Pamela, Board President, Women at Risk. You've been watching Local Edition. I'm Bob Jimenez.